Good morning and welcome back to 10 a.m. Tea with Natalie. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. I hope that you are having a wonderful week. You've made it to hump day. Happy Galentine's for those single ladies out there. I hope that you guys are just taking really good care of yourself and do something sweet for you. And that doesn't necessarily mean eating a bunch of crap either. It could be getting a great book or going for a run or doing some yoga or whatever amazing thing that's really healthy for you that you really love to do. So make some you time today if you can. I'm checking back in to talk to you guys about the traditions surrounding Chinese New Year. And the traditions are kind of similar to our Thanksgiving. And what I mean by that is it's really a time for the family to gather together. It's really a time of feasting and enjoying each other. And so that's really what Chinese New Year is kind of all about. Good morning, Scott. Thank you for checking in today. So before the New Year, which is the Spring Festival, it's a typical time of spring cleaning. And so that means cleaning out your debts, and that means resolving conflicts. It's about renewing friendships and working on relationships and handling any disputes, reviewing what didn't work last year, what maybe you failed at last year, and coming up with a really, productive new plan for addressing that in the future. It's about spring cleaning and moving heavy furniture, washing your windows, repainting things. And it's also really interesting, around Chinese New Year, you don't actually sweep out the door. You sweep towards the center of the room. And you do that so that you don't sweep out your good luck. So there's a lot of really interesting kind of traditions in the Chinese culture. And the more you kind of dig into stuff, the more weird, cool stuff you find. Well, it's cool to me anyway. New Year's Eve is kind of the time when all the family comes together and they make offerings to the gods and their ancestors. They actually seal cracks in their doors with red paper. The red keeps the good stuff in and keeps the bad stuff out. So it's really kind of a time of creating a little sacred space for yourself and your family. They also do offerings to the elders, which is known as kowtow. And so you kind of would bow before your grandparents and the kind of older people in your family in honor of them. And then in reciprocation, they give you a red envelope full of money, which is pretty cool. It's called Hong Bao, and that's their tradition. Somebody asked where's my producer today. He's not in the office. He is currently managing other tasks around the property. He's probably napping on the couch, I think. So the elders give you an envelope full of money, and that is kind of your seed money to start the year off in a wonderful way. The feast part has a lot of tradition around it too. The foods that they choose to eat are foods that either are kind of synonyms, where the Chinese word for the food sounds similar to something positive. For instance, clams open when they're cooking, and this is a kind of a different example. Shrimp would be an example of the name being similar. The shrimp name is ha, which is kind of similar to ha ha ha, laughing. And so serving shrimp at your feast would be done in an effort to kind of have a joyous year. Clams open when they're cooking, and so having new opportunities and new openings in your life would be supported by serving clams. They serve a lot of whole fish, which is a symbol of abundance. Sea vegetables are used to represent wealth. There are certain foods that look like, silver chains and gold blocks and stuff, and those are the foods that they typically serve then. And it's just to kind of really do everything you could possibly do to entice good spirits to be surrounding you. They also stay up late playing games and talking and just family time bonding, telling stories, and they light firecrackers and stuff. And so that is the basic New Year's Eve piece. And then on New Year's Day, they actually do some traveling. So they actually visit all their friends and family, and then they're getting more Hong Bao, more of those red envelopes full of money, given to anyone who is kind of not married and younger. They serve more lucky food then. So dates and peanuts, long yan, lotus seeds, lots of cakes and sweet things are considered to be quite lucky, and they avoid things that are bad luck. So that would be housekeeping. You don't do housekeeping on New Year's because you already cleaned everything. and there's a risk of potentially sweeping out the good luck. You don't do anything with sharp objects either. So that would be avoiding knives in the kitchen, avoiding sewing, and you avoid the number 4 at all costs because 4 represents the number of death. And so you just it's a very sort of superstitious time where you're doing all the things that are lucky and avoiding all the things that could potentially be bad. And then basically it's 2 weeks of vacation. So the Spring Festival is about 15 days. And so after the New Year's Day and the visiting of the friends and family, it's really just more quality family time together. So they'll go on vacation, they'll go to the zoo, they'll check out kind of all the local things, maybe do some traveling, and that's really what the New Year's Spring celebration is all about. They'll also have public celebrations with dragon dances and pageantry and all kinds of really cool stuff so that it's kind of keeping the vibe of everything really upbeat and positive. And then on the last day of the festival, they do the lanterns, which is kind of symbolizing the end of the Spring Festival. The lanterns are typically red paper and they have the little candle in there and they kind of float away into the sky. It's really symbolic of letting go of the past, and the color red represents good fortune. So that's why you have the red envelopes and the red lanterns. It's all just about good luck, good luck, good luck. And so that would hopefully usher in a really plentiful year for you for the rest of, 2018 and the rest of the dog year. So hopefully that helps to explain a little bit about what's going on with Chinese New Year, where the traditions kind of came from and what's going on there. Starting tomorrow, we're going to check in and talk a little bit more about what's coming up for us specifically in 2018, the year of the yellow dog. I study under Lillian Bridges. She's a fabulous, fabulous mentor in the Chinese medicine world. And so I'm going to kind of summarize a lot of her points from a lecture I watched her give about this yellow dog year situation. So take care of yourself. Happy Galentine's, happy Valentine's. Do something nice for you today that doesn't necessarily wreck your health. Try to avoid eating too many sweets because you'll pay for it tomorrow. And drink a glass of water. And we'll check in again with 10 a.m. Tea with Natalie, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. Take care. Bye-bye.